What's going on, my trainer club? Today I'm gonna help you beat Arlo, Cliff, and Sierra in Pokemon Go because these new Team Rocket executives are quite difficult to beat. Their teams are strong and the counters are not normally matching up. So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, how are you doing with the Team Rocket? Have you went up against some of these leaders? And let me know in the comments below everything you have to do. Have you gotten a shiny shadow Pokemon yet or anything like that? Because we have the leaders out in the Rockets everywhere right now, pretty much. I believe it's pretty much everywhere. I saw Pokemon Go tweeting. I know it's live in the US, it's live here in Chicago area, so we are going to get into it because the team leaders are actually a lot more difficult than I had anticipated. So thankfully we got some help from my buddy JR Skater. So shout out to JR Skater. Justin is my friend. He is going to be helping us out today. He helped us out with some PvP advanced move sets because the leaders are going to shield your attacks, which really hurts your ability to go if you don't actually know the fundamentals. So I'm gonna link his channel in the description below. You guys should check it out. Give him a sub, listen to his videos. He's got some pretty unique strategies and some team building for anybody that's in PvP or interested in getting into PvP. But now we are going to get into how to max out the 3 team leaders to make sure you choose the best team and what the best strategies are to make it most effective for you. So let's do this right now. Starting off, the first thing that we're going to do is basically go and fight against 6 of the Team Rocket stops. After you fight each of the Rocket stops, you are going to get a piece, a component that's going to build the Rocket radar. Once you beat 6 of them, you will have the 6 components that are going to basically be able to give you the Rocket radar. It's going to be in the top right corner of your screen. Once you have this component, you basically click it and it's going to give you a map overlay. With the map overlay, you're going to be able to discover where the Rocket leaders are going to be, and they're not going to be at Team Rocket looking stops. So if I were to be at one, doesn't mean that somebody who doesn't have this Rocket radar can't get it. You need the Rocket radar to unlock where this guy is. Once you then get to the stop, because we're going to transition to the stop, once you get there, the Rocket leader will pop up and then you battle it from a normal looking Pokestop from the commoner's eye, which means somebody who doesn't have the Rocket radar, right? And somebody without the Rocket radar cannot go to that stop and beat them. And once you then do it and beat this person, which we're gonna get to in a second, you will then have to do 6 other battles to unlock a second Rocket radar, which is then going to be able to get you to the next boss. So there are a couple strategies that I'm going to give you guys in order to help you guys get prepped and ready for PvP purposes if you don't know anything about it. Number 1 is gonna be storing energy. What I mean by storing energy is, let's say that I have a Pokemon, right? Let's say I'm going in with a Dialga. If I start attacking with the Dialga and realize that, oh, this Pokemon is really strong against it, I can switch to another Pokemon. When I switch, the Dialga that I had, whatever energy towards this special went towards it, is going to store away. This is gonna be pretty effective if you know that maybe, hey, that Dialga could be better in the second place. So I store that energy, put the Dialga away, and then I bring in another effective Pokemon, I go after that, and then after that Pokemon dies, I can switch back to the Dialga and have that same exact stored energy for the next Pokemon. That's gonna be very effective for us. The second thing, which is probably the most important, is going to be the delay on the Team Rocket. So anytime you guys switch your Pokemon, so let's say, like the first example, I have a Dialga, and let's say I switch to a Dragonite. As soon as I switch, there's a 2 to 3 move spam delay before their Pokemon will start attacking me. So we want to exploit that as much as possible. And it also happens when you die, and it also happens when you use your special attack. So as soon as you hit that Pokemon with the special, it's going to delay it, and then you are able to then do the 2 to 3 spam moves, which means you do not want to do 2 specials in a row because it's not the exact same mechanics as PvP against players. It has a 2 to 3 quick move delay, which means you always want to spam 2 to 3 quick moves playing against the Team Rocket before you're going to do the special. And probably what you want to do, if you have a special and you're about to die, 2 quick moves, hit the special bar. But if you are not about to die, what you want to do is 3 moves, let it start attacking in case you can get 3 or maybe even 4, depending on if you're using Dragon Breath or something else like that. And then you use your special again, because 3 to 4 Dragon Breaths can almost store up a second special. And the third thing is going to be you can store up energy beyond one special. So let's say we're going against a Pokemon and I'm using Latios with the Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, which we'll see in a second. So let's say I save up the Dragon Claw and I want to keep storing energy because I know the attack is probably not going to come for maybe another 2 to 3 moves on my opponent, Arlo, Cliff, or Sierra. So I'm going to hit 1, 2, 3, 4, got the Dragon Claw, 2, 3, 3, and then I'm gonna hit the Dragon Claw, and then when I come back the next time, half of my special will already be charged up because you can overflow energy to a second charge move in that. So that's gonna be really, really effective. And those 3 strategies, if used properly, you're gonna be able to beat these guys, maybe not easily, but more effectively than if you just go about it haphazardly, because you will not be able to beat them without these strategies. So the first one we're gonna take down and go after is going to be Arlo. Arlo is going to give you the potential to get a shiny Shadow Scyther. These guys are difficult, they're hard to take down. It's going to be a decent amount of work, so we're gonna help you guys out right now. So let's get into this battle. We are going to use 2 Dialgas, and then we're going to use a Dragon Breath Dragonite. So that's gonna be a legacy move Dragonite because Dragon Breath is pretty spammy. Another Pokemon that you could use may be the Latios with the Dragon Breath as well. One more counter that Justin just mentioned for the Scyther is going to be the Melmetal with the Thunder Shock and Rock Slide combination, because you're able to get it off so frequently. Thunder Shock's a great charge move, so Melmetal with that Rock Slide, Thunder Shock is a great counter to put in here as well. So Dialga is going to go up first since it has a pretty good amount of resistances, and it's only weak to 2 things, and it's not going to be either of these things. So here we go with the Dialga fighting against the Scyther, which is a very strong Pokemon. If you try to use anything else, it's really going to KO you out quite quickly. So you're going to want to shield against its attack because it can even one-hit a Dialga. The other thing right here, as we're switching right now, you want to take advantage and exploit that switching, or after you do an attack, there is a delay, which then gives you the ability to be able to spam a couple charge moves before you then go ahead and attack. So that's one of the top strategies. Basically, take advantage of the switching, take advantage of after the specials. There's a 2 to 3 move delay. Like look right here on this Magnezone before it actually starts attacking, which gives you the chance to save up energy, which means you don't want to initially go directly in and start doing your second charge move if you have 2 stored up as energy, because if you do so, you're basically wasting the ability to get more. So we're going up against this Magnezone right now, which is not necessarily going to be a good matchup as far as this goes, but the leaders do shield your attacks, which is a huge problem going against these Pokemon, and they're very, very strong as well. So right now this Magnezone is going to KO out this Dialga, but remember, we have another Dialga that we can save up energy from. And what I mean by saving up energy is you can hit, and then choose to switch your Pokemon to the Dialga. And look, when the Dialga comes back in, it has stored up energy. And with that store right now, you notice how long it took for that Magnezone to start attacking. Justin was able to spam 3 of the Dragon Breath movesets before it was able to go. So then we are able to take out the Magnezone, because once you do the special, it has a little bit of time left over. And then once the Charizard comes in, we're gonna go over to the Dragonite, right? And since the Dragonite is able to spam pretty quick, ideally we would have Dragon Claw here, but since it does have Outrage, it's gonna take it out because it's a pretty strong move. Dragon Claw is spammy, right? So we're able to get that out, but the Dragon Claw really sets it apart because it helps you spam, and get quick specials to waste out their 2 shields, which is a PvP strategy. And then once you take down the Arlo, you're gonna have the chance to get the shiny Shadow Scyther, but it also could be a normal Shadow Scyther, which necessarily doesn't mean it's gonna be a good one or anything like that. It's gonna be a decent amount of work to get this to happen. So Sierra is next. It's going to be a little difficult. The first Pokemon is gonna be Sneasel, so we're gonna go in with a Machamp, right? So you're gonna want to do counter, and then this Machamp happens to have 2 different moves. It doesn't really matter which one you use, whichever one saves up first, because the counter is gonna be doing majority of the damage on the Sneasel. And so if you want to do Heavy Slam, but in this certain scenario, Justin was able to get the Pokemon down and was able to have it ready to go. So Sableye is going to be next. We're going to switch out. Justin's switching out, and he's going to go to the Mewtwo, hopefully to get off the Shadow Ball, because the Shadow Ball is going to be super effective against the Sableye. But here's the thing, they are going to use the shield, so it doesn't matter how effective we are, it's gonna get blocked, right? And so that's the problem with the leaders, and that's why a lot of you guys are having some trouble out there defeating these leaders, because they are shielding your moves. So Justin had some saved up energy on the Machamp, which was really effective, because then he was able to bring it back in and do a special immediately, which wastes the shields, and then there was a little bit more energy stored up in the background, which is then going to be able to give us another charge move pretty rapidly. Always shield against these Pokemon because they are so strong, they will literally pretty much one-hit KO anything out there. So here we go, taking advantage full of that pause in between time and doing the special. It doesn't matter which one, probably want to go towards that one, and then we are going to go against and switch to the Latios and beat it pretty easily here. The Latios is a great PvP Pokemon right now because of the Dragon Claw and the Dragon Breath combination. You're going to save up pretty efficiently, and the reason why we switched there and Justin switched was because the Machamp is going to be super effective against the Houndoom. So he already knew what Pokemon we were going against, and although the Latios is not the most effective here, you're able to spam it so quickly, and with that delay you're able to get that Dragon Claw move off quite frequently to be able to get you set up and looking pretty good, wasting down the shields of this Houndoom before it able to right there goes in and then knocks us out. And then the Machamp that already has a decent amount of health, and with the delay of switching Pokemon, as I told you right there, you're able to hit it out pretty efficiently. And then we're gonna have the chance to get the shiny Shadow Sneasel. So like I said, you guys are gonna have to work for these. The shiny shadows are not gonna come easy, but when you get these moves down, you get these strategies down, you're going to be able to do it. And the final Rocket Leader we're gonna go up against is going to be Cliff. Cliff has the Meowth up front, which is actually really, really strong. Don't let the size of the Meowth deter you from the strength. We're gonna use the Giratina altered form, Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, and then we're gonna use 2 Latios, Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw as well. Like I said, the spammy is going to be the best thing for us. As much as you can get those quick moves, Dragon Breath is great for charging the specials, and then the Dragon Claw gets off very, very quickly. It's a great moveset combination as the Giratina altered form eats through this Meowth, right? And then we already have the special saved up, and the Snorlax is going to be a little bit difficult. It's definitely one, but fortunately, we're able to save up quite a bit, and then once you do those attacks, every single time, guys, like I told you, and Justin's doing right here, boom, he's gonna waste his shields, and then we already have a second Dragon Claw, but instead of doing it right away, what we are doing is waiting until the Snorlax starts doing an attack, and then we hit the special immediately because you can store more energy every single time. So check out how frequently we can do all of these attacks with this Giratina. It is amazing. It's definitely something you wanna check out. And if you have one that you have powered up, it's definitely gonna do a lot of damage. So notice how many of these charge moves that we're able to get out. We haven't even gone past our first Pokemon yet because of the Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw combination. And just right there, we were able to get off another special right before we died. This is insane, guys. Like, this combination is going to really change your game for here. So then we're gonna able to go and switch to the Latios. Latios has the same combination, it's gonna be great here. The other thing here about the Latios is it's also psychic, so it's gonna be a little bit less squishy against the Zen Headbutt of the Snorlax. That's gonna be a pretty powerful move. And you always wanna shield. If you don't, it will one-hit KO you. And then we're storing up the energy until the Snorlax starts attacking, once or twice since we have a decent amount. And then we're gonna go to the Latios and we are going to finish it off right here, right? So this is basically the best way to do it. And we have 2 Latios saved up right now with charge. We have the Tyranitar coming in, and Tyranitar is an absolute beast in this scenario. What you just want to do is you want to get the Dragon Claw spams off as much as possible. Just missing out on that last Dragon Claw, but it's not the name of the game being super effective on this Tyranitar. It's literally just how quickly can you get the specials off, because you do not want them to get specials off often when you don't have shields left. That is literally how you're going to lose against these guys. And since Justin stored up so much energy on these Latios, he was able to go off on this Tyranitar, even though it wasn't super effective, to make sure that we get the W. And then from the cliff, you're able to get the shiny potential for the Meowth. So that's how you do it, guys. Make sure to get out there, take your time, study up these moves. If you want to replay some of the clips, I definitely suggest that you guys do so to make sure you know exactly what's going on. You watch how the switches go, you watch how the energy is stored up, you watch what Pokemon are being selected, because the Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw combination is dangerous here. It really stores enough energy, and with the delay, you maximize the advantage to help you guys beat it. If you're using some of the other Pokemon that may not have like this going on, that may be like a 1-bar special, even if it wasn't something like the Dialga, like if it was anything but a Dialga in that scenario, probably would not have been good. But since Dialga is so tanky, it has a lot of resistances, it worked out really well for us. But fortunately, Justin came through. We were working on it this morning. We were talking with each other, and he's like, dude, I think I got it figured out. And so definitely check out that channel, JR Skater. Appreciate you guys. Let me know in the comments below after you go ahead and beat these guys with these movesets and these Pokemon. Can't wait to see how you guys are doing, and can't wait to see the shiny shadows start getting reported in Pokemon Go. So I appreciate all you my likers, commenters, subscribers, and Patreon members for taking their subscriptions to the next level. I'm gonna see you guys out on that next video. Peace. I just want to take a moment and sincerely thank all of my Patreon members, everybody that has taken their subscription to the next level and chosen to support me on this platform. I greatly appreciate you guys. As a growing channel and really trying to grow and improve as much as I possibly can, I really appreciate the extra support. You guys mean the absolute world to me. I cannot wait to connect with you soon, and I appreciate you guys all for being a part of the Trainer Club. I will see you guys out on the next video.